Today on the list, fall in love with some of the best wedding locations, how a dog who's too friendly found her calling, and what to do if your spouse wants a divorce.
This is a great opportunity for you to take a look at what you really want to do with your life.
Plus, how Jurassic Quest brings dinosaurs to life.
We have a couple kinds of rideable dinosaurs. We have some smaller ones that the younger kids can get on.
But up first, save money and fix your devices yourself. It's your life, it's your list, and it starts right now.
Hey everyone, I'm Jimmy Rhodes. Now there's a movement gaining popularity called the right to repair. The goal is to give people the freedom to fix things at home without companies creating all kinds of restrictions. In fact, some states are changing laws that make it hard to do things on your own. The right to repair is our featured story at the top of the list.
It's time to stop replacing and start repairing.
It's easier than you think. Overwhelmingly, it's easier than you think. And the biggest challenge that you will have is convincing yourself to remove that first screw. Once you get the first screw out, you're gonna succeed.
Kyle Wiens is the CEO of iFixit.com, a site with thousands upon thousands of free repair guides put together by experts.
You can think of us kind of like Wikipedia. Wikipedia has all kinds of information about everything. iFixit has repair information for just about everything.
Literally, they mean pretty much everything.
People say, do you have a repair manual for a typewriter? And I'll say no, and then I'll go and look, and sure enough, we do.
But when it's often easier just to buy something new, we're looking at the benefits of DIY repair.
First of all, you save money, right? It's almost always cheaper to fix something, particularly if you're doing it yourself. You're helping the environment. The most green smartphone is the one that you already have. It's the one in your pocket right now.
According to the United Nations University, more than 50 million tons of e-waste was produced globally in 2019, which added up to more than $55 billion in gold and other components from trash tech like phones, computers, and more.
It's much better to get as much utility as we possibly can.
Most of us aren't buying the newest model of our car year after year, but when it comes to other items, we tend to treat them as disposable, which is exactly what big-name companies want.
They just want you to throw it away and buy a new set of expensive headphones every couple of years.
So let's look at how you can go about repairing at home.
So the first thing you want to do if you have something that's broken is like, can it be fixed? I don't know. So go on iFixit, punch in whatever the thing is. If it's an iPhone, if it's a skateboard, whatever it is. And we have step-by-step photo guides that will walk you through.
Before you start tearing something apart, you can scroll through the pictures and look at the difficulty rating to see if you want to tackle the task.
You start with your symptom. Hey, it doesn't turn on. Okay, maybe you need a new battery. Let me look at what's involved in putting in a new battery. How much is a new battery? We have all of that kind of in one place.
And finally, when is it time to turn to a pro?
Whether you can fix something and how difficult it is really just comes down to the thing itself. iPhones are pretty easy to work on. I think just about anybody can open an iPhone and swap a battery or swap a screen. iPads, counterintuitively, are quite challenging to work on. The glue is very hard to open up. And so I don't generally recommend an iPad for people as their first repair. Find something else and work your way into that.
But even if you do end up hiring someone, finding a repair guide still helps.
Now you know, because you've seen the guide, you know exactly what the professional is going to be doing, so you know whether they're charging a reasonable price or not.
And if you do go to a pro, there are still benefits to not buying new.
Another great thing about repair, if you are supporting local businesses, if you take your shoes to the local cobbler to get fixed, those are jobs that exist in our community. And that's money that is being spent in our economy rather than manufacturing, which is almost all overseas.
So grab those tools and get ready to repair, because fixing instead of replacing is at the top of the list.
Now, when it comes to repairing relationships, well, some just can't be fixed, even after years of trying. Long marriages that break up can be particularly painful. Jackie Denker is looking at how some people are managing what has become known as gray divorces.
Divorce is never fun, and it definitely doesn't get easier as we get older.
Which is commonly called a grey divorce. They tend to say it's people over 50. I would say it's people over 40.
Take it from divorce recovery expert Fiona Eckersley, who says it can be extra difficult because
you tend to have been with that person longer. You're looking forward to the next stage of your life, and all of a sudden, it comes to a screeching halt.
And while it's a hard chapter to navigate,
there is a way to move on.
Fiona is breaking down how. Starting with, focus on looking forward.
A lot of us look back backwards. We think this is the way my life was supposed to go, but really there is no supposed to.
Instead of thinking about the what ifs,
this is a great opportunity for you to take a look at what you really want to do with your life.
ask yourself,
What are my goals and dreams? What is it I want to do? What is it I used to do before that made me feel good? If you focus on that rather than looking back, that's really going to help you.
and refrain from looking back.
Stop looking at their Facebook page. You're going to see something you don't like.
And if you have to talk to them for the kids or finances,
Keep everything civil and just don't bring up things that have already happened. We're looking forward.
now it's time to get a handle on the finances.
It's good to sit down and actually look at what you've got coming in and what you've got going out and get a handle on your budget.
Even if the money situation isn't looking good,
It still gives you a feeling of control because now you're like, oh, I can't buy that, but I can do this instead. It gives you a feeling of control, and the control is what's important in this area.
also,
Make sure that you look at your wills or your estates. Choose somebody who would be able to handle your finances and your estate if something were to happen to you. If your ex is in your will, your ex is still the beneficiary of your will unless you have changed it. So make sure that you get on that.
finally, utilize the lessons you learned.
Don't jump into a new relationship, but eventually when you're ready,
Ask yourself,
what is it that you loved about your relationship? What made you feel worthy?
then think about,
The things that you really didn't like. And that's what you need to recognize when you go into a new relationship.
Fiona says with these tips,
You can move through it. I hate the phrase get over it, but you can move through it.
becoming stronger after a great divorce.
Okay, time for some fun, because it's true, anything involving dinosaurs is automatically pretty cool. There's a show traveling around the country called Jurassic Quest that's both educational and entertaining. So we sent Handy DeJamal to sink her teeth into some prehistory.
T-Rex, Triceratops, and friends are roaring into a city near you this spring and summer with the family-friendly traveling show, Jurassic Quest.
Jurassic Quest is the largest, most realistic traveling dinosaur show in North America. And we travel with our whole dino herd, with our exhibit, our baby dinosaurs, and all of our fun activities.
Dino trainer Elisa Marilis is getting the prehistoric party started with their immersive collection of animatronic dinosaurs. This immersive dinosaur experience will include dozens of dinos moving their heads and gnashing their teeth.
Our herd really varies because we're constantly updating our dinosaurs, but we have over 160 million years worth of dinosaurs that we travel with.
There's also friendly helper dinos.
Here we have JoJo, our Utah raptor, and she participates in the raptor training show. And this is Trixie. She's one of our baby dinosaurs. We have 3 baby dinosaurs here. She's a 6-week-old Triceratops, and the kids can come play with her, take lots of pictures, and have a cuteness overload.
Next up, your pint-sized paleontologist will learn while having fun with educational activities.
We call it Fun-ducation because we mix the fun with the education. So throughout the exhibit, we have signage all over for every dino that we have. We can learn more about our dinosaurs, where they come from, what era they're from.
There's even a display with real fossils and a paleontologist to explain them.
This is a skull of a velociraptor.
And kids get their own dig going too.
We have huge fossil days with dinosaur skeletons inside covered by sand. You get a little brush and you can go around and check out what dinosaur is under that.
And there are also smaller fossils made from plastic that the children can take home as a souvenir. We'll ride out in style with ridable dinos.
So we have a couple kinds of ridable dinosaurs. We have some smaller ones that the younger kids can get on and walk with them.
Then there are the dino-sized ride-ons.
It's like a Carnotaurus, a baby T-Rex that you can get on and ride away.
Kids and grown-ups alike can ride them all.
And I love seeing the parents. They see their favorite dinos from when they were kids.
The show is traveling to dozens of cities throughout the spring and summer. Check their website for more information. Traveling the country, bringing prehistoric fun with Jurassic Quest.
Still to come on the list, the host of Wedding Talk shares her favorite wedding destinations.
I definitely like that tropical vibe.
And the fire station with a canine captain.
He's currently running all around the station.
Plus, how the 1970s counterculture movement changed modern religion.
This was sort of the birth of contemporary Christian music.
All that and more ahead on the list.
We're back. Now, destination weddings allow couples to enjoy beautiful places with friends and family, and surprisingly, they can also cost less than a big traditional wedding. Jackie Denker spoke with Olympic figure skater Tara Lipinski, who hosts a show called Wedding Talk, to get her take on the best destinations to say I do.
The Crackle Network's show Wedding Talk features weddings from around the world, and some of them are downright mind-blowing.
So grab your passport and let's go find some love.
Olympic skating champ Tara Lipinski is a sportscaster, but she was excited to take the transition from gold medals to gold rings.
I just thought, wow, this is the perfect fit for me. It's not high-stress sport. I love the experience of my own journey with my husband Todd for our wedding and that special day. So this is a dream job.
So we asked Tara for her list of places perfect for destination weddings. First up, the Caribbean island St. Lucia.
I'm an island girl. I figure skate for a living and I'm used to the cold, but my heart is always somewhere warm like that with the beautiful colored water behind you.
With its dazzling beaches and a backdrop of waterfalls, St. Lucia is center stage for weddings, as jaw-dropping in person as it is in pictures.
In the back of your mind, you're always like, oh, the pictures are gonna be really good here.
Next on Tara's list, Hawaii.
I definitely like that tropical vibe.
She's not alone. 21,000 weddings were held on the islands in 2019.
The landscape of some of these places is really when I see the pictures that afterwards they send me, I'm like, oh my goodness, it's gorgeous.
Oahu's the most popular for weddings because it's the main hub of the islands.
I really love Maui.
Maui's more remote and second on the list. From the sand to the snow. Next up, Aspen.
When I look at pictures of winter weddings, I think they're so stunning.
3 of the 4 ski mountains in Aspen offer wedding venues in all seasons.
The snow and the scenery and just the look of a place like Aspen, walking through the village and the hot cocoa, and it's just perfect.
Bonus, your guests can hitch a gondola to your scenic wedding site. Finally, the Red Rocks of Sedona, Arizona. Tara discovered it while road tripping from California with her husband.
I found these special little places close to home that I was blown away by.
Sedona is a mystical and spiritual place.
I just think the landscape and the vibe of a Sedona wedding would be really cool.
Download the free Crackle app and watch Tara on Wedding Talk to see more amazing wedding destinations.
When life gets tough, it really helps to have a companion there for support. And it doesn't always have to be a person. Teresa Strasser introduces us to some dogs making a big difference in the lives of others. Hey, Teresa.
Thank you. These incredible pups are helping and giving so much love to those in need. Coming in at number 1 is Nala.
She is like my friend more than anything else. She's always there. She's comforting, she's loving.
Well, she was supposed to be a service dog, but her energetic personality did not allow it.
She can't pass the test because she's too friendly.
However, that has not stopped her from bringing lots of joy to those close to her, as she is now part of the College of Idaho football program.
Nala's been my buddy for 2 years now.
It was helpful to have her there and just bring that positive energy when you might not be so positive about what's happening injury-wise.
Such a sweet dog. At number 2 is Captain.
When we first got him, he wasn't sure how to act like a dog, and now 2 days later, seeing him play with treats and toys, and it's pretty fun.
Captain is part of the Treasure Island Fire Department after being rescued by the Humane Society of Tampa Bay.
This dog had not been associated with humans much, and not in a kind way anyway, so we've had him for 3 days. He's currently running all around the station.
As Captain keeps adjusting to his new home and his new life, he will join educational events and be there to support first responders as a therapy dog.
One thing about the fire service is every day is different. We're always on call, so it's nice to have something to come back to.
Captain will also become the department's official mascot. Love it. And last on our sweet support dog list, Daisy.
Due to my autism, I will have tics, so I start hitting my head when I'm stressed or something like that and making noise, and she interrupts that.
Daisy was paired with Lucy through a nonprofit organization called Dogs in Vests, which focuses on training pups to become service animals for kids with autism.
We hear words like they make me feel safe and brave, they're my best friend, they're always happy, you know, they don't judge me, and so it's a real confidence booster for the kids.
Lucy trained with Daisy for 2 years and is now her full-time companion.
I get stressed out around people. I have really bad anxiety, so she helps me by walking around me and doing her task circle.
And those were a few dogs helping others by being their best friend. Lots more to come on the list. Stay right here.
We have a quick list of romance myths debunked with psychotherapist Dr. Christy Overstreet. First, you should do everything together.
If you're only doing what maybe your partner does, you're really neglecting that part of you that is an individual within that relationship.
Second, spontaneity keeps relationships alive.
Spontaneity in a long-term relationship just does not work because we have life. Talking about it and the intention behind it will help your partner feel like, oh yeah, she's thinking about me, and it can really help with the build-up and the anticipation.
And third, compromise is key.
What am I willing to do to step up and bring to the table? What are you willing to do to step up and bring to the table? And we're giving, not taking away.
For more list tips, head to our YouTube channel, The List Show TV.
We are back, and on the watch list today, Jesus Revolution is a Christian drama based on a religious movement that started in California in the late 60s. A youth minister who is at the center of it all produced the movie starring Kelsey Grammer, Joel Courtney, and Anna Grace Barlow. Addie DeJamal's looking at the story of a church that let its hair down.
When God walks in here, brings me a hippie, I'll ask him what it's all about, because I do not understand.
In the late 60s and 70s in Southern California was ground zero for a massive Christian revival. It's the focus of a new movie, Jesus Revolution.
It was a story of love and acceptance and the fact that, you know, you are welcome here, no matter who you are.
I just loved this message so much, and it was something I was really proud to be a part of.
Actors Anna Grace Barlow and Joel Courtney discuss some interesting facts about the movement and movie, beginning with an epic clash of cultures.
You've probably noticed we have some guests here today. Welcome.
Pastor Chuck Smith, played by Kelsey Grammer, had a church that suffered from low attendance, but opening his doors to the younger hippie generation met resistance from some of the more traditional folks.
They don't belong here. Half of them aren't even wearing shoes.
But he managed to unify the flock.
Chuck had this structure, this powerful way of creating a community, because that's what his church was.
Now that door is open any time of day.
All right, Pastor, let's begin.
Next up, the movement that modernized many American churches.
These people are hippies, rebels against old-fashioned authority.
The harsh judgment and guilt often associated with churches got a makeover. And the message resonated.
We love you and we want to know you.
The movement helped give rise to the megachurch. The one featured in the film, Greg Laurie's Calvary Chapel, in Costa Mesa was one of the first. These days, you can find megachurches in almost any medium to large city, coast to coast. Wrapping up our list is the movement's contribution to contemporary Christian music.
This was sort of the birth of contemporary Christian music, and specifically in our movie, the real love song band members came to set on like one of our last days. It was incredible.
In fact, Chuck Girard's band, Love Song, widely considered to be the first Christian rock group, performed often at Calvary Chapel in Costa Mesa. This paved the way for megastars like Amy Grant and Maverick City Music.
We'll be singing forever and ever. Amen.
Jesus Revolution is in theaters now. Reliving the biggest Christian movement in modern times?
Our country is a dark and divided place, but now there's hope.
On the watch list.
You know, I'll bet that one has a pretty fabulous soundtrack. And coming up, if you have words that are triggering to you at work, you'll want to stick around for these survey results. The most annoying workplace jargon for 2023. Last on our list is next.
The list is always available on YouTube with ways to keep you healthy.
All right, let's go.
It's your life, it's your list, and it's there for you on YouTube at The List Show TV.
Welcome back. It's time for what's last on our list, and I came across this gem of a survey from Preply.com to discover the most annoying corporate jargon, and here's what's weird. This is a 2023 survey, but all the sayings people hate are actually pretty old. At the very top is circle back, which was probably fine the first, I don't know, billion times it was used, but really just needs a break. That's followed by work hard, play hard, which of course is code in job postings for we want to own your entire existence, so all you have time to do at night is get hammered to distract yourself from the fact that you have no life. Now, two that are related to delaying action actually made the list. Let's table this, which I think arose from lawyers, which tells you all you need to know about that. Or let's put a pin in it, which, I don't know, entomology, maybe? Now, a word that might have been useful once but has been ground into dust is synergy. And here's one that I didn't mind when I first heard it, but I'm sorry, the phrase low-hanging fruit is now just kind of rotten. And beyond the words, they make a couple of interesting observations. The most common place to encounter jargon turns out to be email, and well over half, 58% of people say their workplace jargon creeps into their personal lives. And I'm sorry, if you're telling your kids you're going to circle back with them about their homework, that's just kind of sad. So maybe put a pin in it. Folks, that's what's last on our list. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Tomorrow on the list, why workouts don't need to be painful.
You need what's known as dynamic exercise.
Plus, how to pack a punch with meatballs.
Just like pizza and the meatball came together.
And be a catalyst of change in your community.
It's all about how do we live together better.
Tomorrow on the list.